Okay, so this is how we're going to move forward with the projects. All right, so go ahead and launch Premiere. And I'll try to share my screen here. There we go. All right. Screen here has stopped as a shared window has closed. Wait a minute. Don't close the window. Okay, there we go. All right. So we are, right? So we opened up. You should hopefully get to your whatchamacallit, welcome screen, right? There's our welcome screen. So we're going to just do a new project. We're going to start a brand new project. Click on that. Right? You're going to get this window. Now here's how I want you to name this. Okay? I want you to use your first initial and your last name. So in my case, I'm going to do N Ginebra. I want you to do an underscore. Okay? And then I use caps. You don't have to use caps, but I use caps when I type. So I use N Ginebra underscore MPM for Monday PM. All right. Do another underscore and just put P1 for project 1. So that way it's got your first initial, last name, Monday PM, project 1. That's what it stands for. That's your project name. Okay, so once you do that, then in the project location, navigate to your project 1 folder, wherever you have it, right? Click on that. Just navigate to that project 1 folder. Okay, mine's already kind of there because I was just there, so I know I'm in the D drive. Again, find where that project 1 folder, click on that folder, select folder, and you should see it right here. If you hover your mouse, it will show you that file path, right? Again, we're all going to have slightly different file paths because unless you created your folder exactly like I did, then you'd have the same thing I have, but you're probably slightly different than mine because I have that secondary drive. But I know that it's in that folder. Okay. All right. So I'll hang out there for 1 second, let people get that together. You don't have to do anything else in this window right now. Okay. And import setting, create new sequence. That'll say that. That's really it. And then just click create, right? We've done this before. And then however you have your workspace set up, it should default to that workspace, right? Again, and at this point, your workspace doesn't have to look like mine, so you can have it set up however you like. Okay, but I have my typical workspace, which is project, source over here, program, my tools palette, timeline, and my meters. Okay, and then hang on a second here. Did I not bring that in? Okay, and then what you want to do now is let's go ahead and import our clips. Okay, if you double click in your project panel, right, it should, since you just saved to that folder, project 1, right, go into project 1, it probably took you right pretty much back to it. So there's my project 1. So that you should see this, except with your name, inside that project 1 folder. Okay. And you can see if you expand your columns, depending what, PC or Mac, you can see this is still, it's 7 kilobytes. So it's going to get a little bigger, but not massively bigger. Okay. So that's your project. That's your actual project file. Okay. It's a separate file. It's a standalone file. And here's your clip. So now let's import one folder at a time. Just single click on the folder and click import folder. And that will import that folder and all the files in it. It'll take a second because it's bringing in, 1.5 gigs worth of material. But remember, you're not occupying any more space by importing this. It's already occupied the space it's going to occupy. If you look at the bottom right corner of your program, you're going to see some kind of like a render bar. You're going to see some stuff down here. It's generating what they call peak files. It has to do with the audio. So just give it a minute. All right. I think this has to do with how it, just kind of like manipulates the audio. And it's to double check, right? Just expand that little triangle and make sure you got those clips in there. Yep, there you go. You got some clips. And you should have a music clip. If you need to expand this column, you can expand that. And there it is. There's a little music clip and a bunch of videos, right? So there's your little video clips. So you can collapse that. Now import your second folder, right? In this case, batch 2, import folder. There you go. Okay.
Is it okay if I copy and paste from the project one?
Yeah, you can actually. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you want to do it that way, I can't have both windows open, so I can't show you that because it won't like share both windows. But yes, if you wanted to, you can't see off screen, but just to the left here, I have those. I can click and drag them right into my project panel. So you can do that. Correct. You can do that. Okay. Right. And that does the exact same thing. Okay, and then on the second project, you open that up, second folder, and there's some of the clips we used before, keys 1, keys 2, right? Because we're going to use some of that. Those 3 clips are still pretty much at the beginning of your project, so you'll be familiar with them. Okay, you notice now too that we're in the edit sort of workspace here, right? Before we were in import, now we're in edit. When we go to export, that means when we're done with this, we're going to get this out of Premiere so the rest of the world can see it, because the rest of the world doesn't watch this as a Premiere Pro project. They watch it as a MPEG-4, as a YouTube video, as whatever. Okay. All right. So here we go. Boom. So we got those in there. So now do a quick save. Control S, Command S. And I did not send myself the script. So hang on a minute. I need to send myself the script. Oh, maybe I did. Hang on. I did. Hang on a second. Yeah, I thought I did. There we go. All right. There it is. All right. So ideally, if you can have the script open on a separate device, it's going to be easier to do this. So first off, let's take a look at the script real quick, right? Which is in that folder. Oops, no, that's the program. There it is. Okay, so here we are. So this is what I just sent you. Okay, and so this is really just a straight script identifying the clip name and the in and the out points.
Professor, I don't see anything.
Oh, sorry, not sharing. My bad. Hang on. Gotta click a lot here. Gotta do a lot of click. Here we go. Okay, so this is what your script should look like. And this is just really like a shot list. Okay. And you've got the first clip, second clip, and they're just going to be butted back to back. So these first 3 clips, you've kind of already edited them, except now I've got these specific time codes, which are really a little bit more accurate, right? And then we continue with more shots. Now, as you move through this script, be careful to keep track of your shots, because as you walk down, as you keep going, you'll return to the same clip, but just at a different point. For example, here on this clip, enter Volvo, here's your time codes, 48 and 51. But then a couple shots later, you return to that same clip, but you're using a different part of that clip. So it's the same clip, it's the same raw clip, so to speak, but you're extracting slightly different sections of it. Okay, and you'll see that happening as you get down into like driver 1, car 1. Okay, so this is where you want to pay attention and keep track of the clips that you're on. Okay, so however you want to do that, you can scroll and just isolate those clips. You could try to highlight and leave that so that when you come back to it, let's see if that even holds that highlight. If I go to Premiere, blah blah blah, and can come back to the script, if it would. Looks like it would hold on to that. Yeah, so you could try something like that if you wanted to just make sure, hey, that's the clip I'm editing, or that's my next clip, however you want to manage that. and it's 2 pages, and it's a total of about 31 clips. Okay, and what I'll do is I'm going to edit these one by one, so you can follow along with me. You can go ahead and move ahead and just get them all strung out. But take take your time. There's no rush here. Okay, you want to make sure that you've got these cut accurately. And also, as you cut through, as you work through this, pay attention to the overall shot flow. If you have me getting in the car and driving down the road, and then the next shot, I'm like getting in the car again, then you obviously made a mistake. So think about the action. It's basically me coming out of the house, getting in a car and driving down the road. All right. And the first shot. So pretty self-explanatory, I think, at this point, right? Your first clip is keys 1, and your endpoint is 1328 and 1722, right? So you simply go there, which is keys 1. I think that's actually in the project 2 folder. I'm sorry, the batch 2 folder. Keys 1, right? There's keys 1. There's a shot we've been watching, for days. And I said 1328, right? So that's 1328. So I'm just typing it in. I'm just going to type it right in there, right? There it is. And my playhead jumps to that point. Let me do that again. Let me reposition my playhead. I'm going to click, type in 1328. Boom, right? And I'm using that numeric keypad on my keyboard, right? Right. I'm using these things. Right. If I'm on the Mac, I'm using the numeric keypad over here, right? I'm typing in these numbers and hitting enter when I click on that hot text field, right? On the PC, I'm using over here, right? I'm typing over here, and then I'm hitting enter. You can also hit this enter too. Okay, it should work, and it will lock into that number. Okay, all right. So there's our first shot, and our out point is 1722, right? 1722, enter. It jumps to that point, mark it, right? Click it and just click on it, grab it, and drag it down in your timeline. And there's your first clip. Okay, it's going to go to video 1, audio 1, and grab your little rings here if you want to make your tracks a little taller. Okay, you can also hit Control plus, and that will also increase the height of your video. And I think it's Shift plus will actually Shift minus and Shift plus will also uniformly increase the size of your tracks a little bit, the height. Okay, so now that's your first shot, right? I grab the keys and I go out of frame. So position your playhead at the very end of this clip, right? If you want to just play, position it towards the end and let it play. Hit your space bar, by the way, right? So play, you can hit your space bar. You can also hit the K on your JKL key, right? Right? Just hit K and it will also play, right? So let's go back in here, right? Hit K. No, K, no, I'm sorry. You have to have your timeline active. Hit K. No, I'm sorry. Hit L, my bad, L. And it plays in real time, and it will stop at the end of that clip and position itself. Otherwise, use your page up or page down keys, right? Remember these things? Page up, page down, right? That will help you put that playhead at the end of that cut. So I'm going to hit page down, and it jumps right to the end. If I want to magnify that, I go all the way, and you can see my playhead, that line is sitting at the very end of that clip. And this blue line extending forward is where the first frame of the next shot will begin. All right, so I'm going to demagnify that a little bit, and now I go to my second clip, right, which is keys 2 according to my script. So pretty much this is how it goes. Keys 2, 804, 11, 14. Okay, so we go and we find that clip, right? Keys 2, which is oh, and by the way, you notice that also as soon as you dropped it in, it created a sequence down here. So go ahead and that lives outside of your folders, you see. So if you collapse those video folders, your sequence lives outside of that. right? And it looks like that. Let me make that a little bigger, see? And if you want, double click on the word keys and type in main sequence. Just so we know that that's your sequence, main sequence. Okay, so and then you can see it highlighted here, right? So this is your first clip in your new sequence, okay? All right, so let's go back to folder 2, keys 2. Time code on this was, and there's keys 2, right? Remember, if you're not sure you're looking at the right clip, look at the upper left-hand corner of your source panel, keys 2. Okay, 804 is the endpoint on the time code, 8 seconds and 4 frames into the shot. That's basically what it's representing, right? It's representing 8 seconds because you notice all these clips begin at 0. 0, 0, 0, and then they basically end at whatever duration they are. That's not always going to be the case. That's not always going to be the case with video you shoot or deal with. I'll explain more of that later. Okay. All right. So the endpoint, let's double check it, right? Go to endpoint here. Go to endpoint. 804, correct. That's what my script says. So I'm sitting on that. Let's set my out point. My endpoint is correct. My out point is 1124. Enter. Playhead jumps to 1124. Mark out. Okay, this is a 3 second and 21 frame shot. Very good. Keys 2. Now I'm just going to do insert because that's going to do all the work for him. It's going to drop it in place and it's going to reposition the playhead at the end of this next clip. Right? Hit insert. Boom. See? Drops it right in, butts it right up against the other clip, and your playhead positions itself at the end of the clip. Now, Control S, Command S. Keep saving. Save after every time you drop a clip in the timeline. Okay. Next one is walk out. Okay. All right. Walk out. Right. There's your time code. Clip 3. Okay. Walk out, and where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. There's walk into frame and it's walk out. Double click. Give it a second. There it is. And the end time, the endpoint on this is 3013 according to the script. All right. 3013, enter. Boom. Mark that endpoint. Go and click on it. And the out point is 3428. So about 4 seconds. Mark it out. Boom. 4.5 seconds, right? 4 seconds, 15, 16 frames. Insert, boom. Now it jumps right at the end of the other clip. Now you can't see the clip because I'm going to demagnify my timeline. Click in this blank area so the timeline is active. That way, when you demagnify or magnify, it will actually work. See, if I click on the program panel and I'm down here and I think I'm magnifying, it won't work. Okay, so I'm going to be clicking in the timeline, magnify and demagnify. Okay, also you'll notice, to reiterate, the playhead in the timeline, I'm missing part of my screen here. There we go. There we go. The playhead in the timeline, as you notice, and the playhead in the program panel are synchronized. Okay, you notice, look at my playhead in the timeline. As I'm moving, I'm going through 8 seconds, 15 frames, 9 seconds. Look what it's doing up here. It's identical. I can move it here, and I can actually move it here. Okay, so this is showing me the development of what I'm doing here in my timeline. This is showing me what I'm building, right? Shows me all that sequence. Whereas here, I only look at one clip at a time in the source, right? Okay, so let me reposition my playhead here at the end of this clip. I'm going to hit my page down so it positions itself. Now I go to my 4th clip. Okay. All right, so this is clip 4. This is walk into frame. So now we continue this action of me walking to the car. Okay, walk into frame, which was right behind, I think, that one. There it is, walk into frame, double click. So now the camera has repositioned itself. And now it's a low angle shot of me continuing to walk down the path towards the car, right? And I come in left side of the screen. So again, there's that access of that I mentioned, the AXIS, that access, right? See, is I'm over here. I'm exiting to the right, and I'm entering from the left, because the camera stayed on that side of me, but it just pointed, a different direction, but it stayed on that side of me. It didn't cross over to the other side. Okay. Okay. So the in point here is walk into frame is 1606. Mark it in. The out point is 1802. Right. And this is clip 4. Right. So you go 1802, enter. And mark, I hit the O on that one. So this is a quick shot. It's barely 2 seconds. And hang on, my playhead moved down here, so be careful, right? Because I was adjusting it. So let me position it back. Because if I leave that playhead here, watch what's going to happen if I do an insert. Say, for whatever reason, it's in the middle of this clip. When I do insert, this is what it does. It cuts that clip. Okay, so now I'm walking, and then I'm walking to the car, and then I'm coming out the door again. So that's, if you do something like that, that's wrong, because that action is backwards, right? No problem. You do that, you catch it right away, Control Z, right? So that's the difference between an insert. Now, if I were to do an overlay, let me just overwrite. Let me just demonstrate this. Here, if I do it in the same spot, and I'm going to drop this shot, it's just going to overwrite it. Okay, so it overwrote most of it, but it doesn't pick up where it left off. It just covers that area, and you see it picks up where I was still walking. Anyway, so for now, just position that playhead at the end, page down, so the playhead is right at the end of that clip. Come here and do, and really at this, you could do either one, as long as you're not overlapping the other clip. Okay, so an overwrite's still going to overwrite, but it's overwriting nothing. So it's, as long as it's adding to the sequence, see? So it should look fluid. Exit frame, enter frame, right? Page down, position your playhead, save. All right, let's go. I'm going to do a couple more here and then just check in, make sure everybody's okay. So that was clip 4, right? All right, so now I'm getting to clip 5, right? Low back Volvo. So this is like a reversal shot as I'm approaching the car. Okay. Low back, was it low back Volvo? Low back, this is clip 5. Low back Volvo. There it is, low back Volvo. Okay. So here the camera flips around, and you can see, as you look at the raw footage here, everybody, notice that there's a lot of overlap. Not only just, obviously me getting set up, but this shot begins with me still walking on the path. So there's a lot of overlap. I mean, I could almost, you could go back and recut this in a separate sequence and cut earlier as I'm still walking, before I even leave the path. But here there I didn't like something. So here we go. And also here I'm being very conscientious of everything, that the keys are still in my right hand. And notice how here I switch the keys to my left hand as I go to the door. Okay, so the endpoint here is, this is low back Volvo, right? The endpoint is 2819. Now, this may seem very simple to many people. This is very basic editing. But part of the lesson here is the shot flow, is the continuity, is matching the action and how you set up a camera. So there's a little bit of production in sort of entwined in this little exercise, like how you would shoot action. Okay, this is really sort of the basic mechanics of shooting action. It's not a high-speed car chase. There's no explosions, fire, but it's the nuts and bolts of how you cut stuff. That is, that was shot to be edited a certain way. All right, so there's your, let's see, low back 2018 is my in. I set that. Click. My out is 30 seconds and 20 frames. Hit enter. The playhead jumps to that position. Mark out. Now I'm going to just do another insert. Okay, so now check what you got. See, so as I'm walking to the car, we break up the action with a lot of different angles. See, and you can see as I'm walking, you see my hands, my left hand coming in like I'm grabbing my right hand. And what happens on the reversal? Yep, that left hand is bent and See, so I repeat the action. So for you budding directors, right? Directors and directoresses, I guess director is a non-gender term. You know, this is what you pay attention. You have to like watch your actors, right? So my left hand is there, it's grabbing the keys. Okay. Page down, position that playhead, save. Next shot, shot 6, right? Let me get myself into the car and then I'll stop for a second to make sure everybody's okay. So now we're in enter Volvo. So here we're gonna get into a clip that we're gonna take a edit from this clip, do another shot, and then go back to the same clip, right? At a later point in time. Okay, so enter Volvo. This is clip 6, right? And we want that time code. Enter Volvo, kind of like enter Sandman. Not exactly. Okay, enter Volvo. Where is it? Enter Volvo. Hopefully it's in this little batch here, so I don't want to have to jump around too much. Enter Volvo, there it is. So this is now an angle shooting through the car as I walk up. See, so there I am walking up, opening the door and sitting down and turning on the ignition. Okay, so it looks like I did 2 takes. So let's see where the endpoint is. Enter Volvo 48. 48. So this you can see here for a minute. Let's take a look. This raw clip is 1 minute and 36 seconds. You see that? Because what that's measuring is the default in and out right now, which is basically the beginning and the end of the clip. So when I reset those endpoints, that's why that changes, because it measures that new in and out, which is what I've selected as my edit. Okay. Enter Volvo 4822. Boom. Okay. So you can see the cut is literally just as I'm grabbing the door. Right. And I'm grabbing it with the left hand. And we'll confirm in the previous shot that I grabbed that door with my left hand. Okay, out is 51:05, right? So again, pretty quick shot. I literally open the door and sit in the car. I haven't even, and I'm about to put the key in the ignition, but we're going to do another shot there. Okay, so double check in 4822, out 51:05, insert. Okay, all right, save. Let's go to the next shot, which is 7. Yeah, enter Volvo. Okay, keys insert. Okay, I'm going to highlight this just to keep track of what I'm doing here. Keys insert, clip 7, keys insert. So this is the reason it's called insert. That is this shot here. Okay, so now this is a close-up. This is what's called an insert shot. It's just strictly that close-up of me putting the key in the ignition, and we cut back to the wide shot. So keys insert. The endpoint is 821. Okay. The out is 1122. Okay. About a 3-second shot. All right. Drop that in again. So if any of you want to move faster than I'm moving, just go ahead and edit. Right, you can turn your speaker down and just follow the time code. Okay, I'm just doing this because I'm recording this and I'll put this up on YouTube in a day or two. Okay, so now let's go page down, position the playhead. Next shot is clip 9. No, I'm sorry, we're going back to clip 8. See, important to keep track of this. Okay, so I highlighted. Great, so 7. So that's the shot I just did. So that helps me make sure I don't screw up. So now I'm doing enter Volvo. So I'm going back to that other shot, but now I'm gonna pull that back up, but I'm gonna take a different edit. Okay, right? So go back to enter Volvo, which is in here, but also you could do this. Okay, stop sharing. If you click on, hang on a second, is it right here? If you click on the little menu on the source, it also shows you all the clips, the most recent clips you were accessing. So you can go back to enter Volvo here, or you can always look for it back again in the project panel. But this is also a nice, because you just used it. There it is. Boom. Enter Volvo. Give it a second. It still has the old in and out from the previous shot when you sat in the car. But now this is the end of you pulling the key of turning the car on okay, after the ignition. Okay, so now this is clip 8. So here we want to reset that endpoint. So you don't have to like clear anything out. Just come over here and set your new endpoint, which is 5412. Hit enter. Your playhead moves there. Reset your in, right? Hit I again or mark I, or hit your little marker here, and it resets that in. Now you're setting your out point, okay? And which is an even 57. Hit enter, it jumps to 57 out. Okay, so about 2.5, almost 3 seconds. Insert, drop it in behind that last shot. So let's take a look at those shots. Brings us to about 24 seconds, right? So as I'm approaching the car, right? Let's go from this walkout. Let me do a quick save, right? Walking out, going to the car. Keys in my left hand. Open the door. I'm sorry, keys, just whatever. I open my left hand. You can see where I came into the car. Left hand from the different angle. Remember, there's minutes apart in when this action happened, right? Because I had to reset, go back, walk around, and then I sit, and there comes the hand with the ignition, and it goes right into the key. So let's watch that. Start. Here we go. Key goes in. We haven't put the music in, obviously, and there you go. So that last enter Volvo is my keys still in there. I pull it out and I pull down the parking brake and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Right. So let's keep going here. Okay. Okay. Again, if anybody has already strung together these shots and you're all the way through the script, double check your work. Make sure you've got it accurate. I'm going to give you a run time after I finish this first page, which is going to be 15 clips. And you want to double check that, and then a final runtime, and we put all of them in. So now I'm going, this is a Volvo pullout. But also, if you do that, save what you have. Don't close out. Take a break. Come back in 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and we'll continue working. Okay? But just save what you have. Come again?
I was looking at the files, and I don't have the Enter Volvo one.
Is
And
that missing?
Yeah, I looked at the batch right now and I don't see it in there.
Is anybody else missing that?
I'm not sure.
Enter Volvo. It should be. Let me know if anybody else is missing that. If that's missing, don't worry, keep going. We can put that in later if anybody's missing that shot. Is anybody else missing that shot? You sure you're not seeing that in? It should be in, let's see, where was it? And it's not in the second batch. Double check.
It should be in the batch where it says like car and stuff. For me, it's like at the end, like at the very bottom with all my files are. It's Enter Volvo.
Oh, okay, I found it right now. Thank you.
You found it?
It's
Okay.
in batch 1. And Tvra is in batch 1.
Oh, I wonder if my batches are slightly different. Either way, here's the thing. Let me show you another trick. If you technically you can even close these folders, and if you know the name of your clip, for example, Enter Volvo, you can do Enter, watch. It finds your clip. So this is like a little search window here. Okay, and then you can grab it and put it in. So there's another way. I mean, I don't usually do it this way. It just occurred to me that you could also look at it this way. And so, for example, if you're looking at car, now if you hit car, it's going to show you any clip. It's going to find you any clip that has car. But there's another way where you don't have to search through the folders. Okay, so there's another option. Okay, maybe we'll use that from now on. Okay, so I just finished Enter Volvo, the second Enter Volvo, right? So we are through at this point. My edit. I am through clip 8. Now we're going to continue with clip 9, which is Volvo pullout. Okay, so let's go back in. Okay, I don't see it either. I have it. It's in batch 1 for me. Oh yes. Okay, everybody's got it. So everybody's finding it. But so if you're having trouble, like I said, I'm going to use this technique from now on. I'm going to go up here in this little search window. Okay. Next, what am I doing? Clip 9. I'm going to put Volvo. So obviously there's a few clips with the name Volvo, but I'm gonna continue space, Volvo pull out. All I gotta do is pull and there it is. Double click, it opens up here. The only thing is, once you're done with this clip, you have to exit out so you can search for other, or just do another search. So Volvo pullout. So time code here is 22. Where am I? Okay, 2208 is the endpoint here on Volvo pullout. And this is the low angle as I'm pulling out of the driveway or beginning to pull out. And the out is 24. Okay, 2406. Okay, mark your out point, right? Barely 2 seconds, right? 1 second and 29 frames. And that goes right behind enter Volvo. Make sure your playhead is still in the right position. If you need to magnify, yep, I'm good. Demagnify, okay. And insert, and there it falls right in place, right behind the other shot. Playhead repositions to the next shot. So now we're going to clip 10, okay. Shot number 10, clip, shot, whatever we want to call it. Volvo reverse, okay. Volvo reverse, okay. If you want, just come here. I'm just going to type in reverse and it's going to find my shot. Reverse. There it is, Volvo reverse. Okay, it's like a little built-in Google for me. And I'm going to just drag it in this time. There it is, Volvo reverse. Give it a minute. You see how it takes a second to kind of pull it up. So it's just a reverse angle as I'm pulling out back of the driveway. So Volvo pull out, Volvo reverse. Clip number 10. This is 39. The endpoint is 3910. Enter, mark in. The out point is 4115. Mark, hit enter, out. Mark the out point. 2 seconds, insert. There it is. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to demagnify here a little bit, give me a little more room over here in the timeline. Do a Control S to save. Driver 1. Now we're moving into the driver. Yes, driver 1, driver 1. There it is, driver 1. So it helps when you do this. I like highlighting it because then when I go back, I know I just did that clip. I don't get lost because now you're going to get driver 1, car 1, driver 1, car 1. You see this little section here? You got to be careful as we get through the end of the first page. We're going to go back and forth in 2 of these clips. Okay, so you want to make sure you're putting in the right clip, the right time code from that clip. Driver 1. 1204. Okay. Let's do driver 1. Driver, there it is, driver 1. Driver 1. Driver 1. And there it is. The endpoint. This is number 11. And this is 1204 is the in. 1204, and the out is, this is just a quick shot of me, sort of backing up in the driveway, looking, 2 seconds. There it is. So the in was 1204. The out is 1411. Hit insert. Boom. There it is. Let's playhead repositions. I'm not messing with the playhead because I want to just keep it in place and keep going. Okay, so I'm almost done with page 1. Okay, so that was clip 11. Here's clip 12. Car 1. Now we go back to car. Now we go to car 1. Okay. Car 1. Car 1. Car 1. There it is. There it is. And this is kind of a wide eye level shot. So you can see my shadows there. I'm still just getting in the car here. Okay, so the endpoint on this is car 1, 3314. Enter. Mark in. Just as you can see, the car just pulling in a frame, and the out is 3520. Right, so it's backing up into the driveway. Boom. Okay. 3314 and 3520. Yeah, that's the out. Okay. And go ahead and insert. Boom. Put it in place. And okay, that's in. So that was car 1. Save. Okay, let's go back. Car 1. Okay, Beautiful. Driver one. Now we're going to driver one again. We're going back to that driver one clip, right? Okay. And that is, and I can go driver one here, or you know what? Let me go ahead and clip here. There's driver one, right? I have a bunch of options. So now this is clip 13. So it's the second instance of driver one, but this is clip 13, driver one, and the endpoint is 2006. Okay, mark in, and the out is 2207. Okay, so that's me making sure I don't hit a tree or run over a squirrel or something like that. There we go. Okay. All right, quick save. And next up, clip 14 is car one. Back to car one again. Back to car one. Back to car one. And this is clip 14. Right, let me just pull that up. Right, so this is clip 14. 3811 is the in, and 3919 is the out. Okay, there we go. All right, so car one, 3811. So later in time on this same shot, right? 3814, 3811. Almost screwed that up. Okay. And the out is 3919. 3919. So this is a quick 1 second shot. Okay. Boom. And save. And the last shot on page one, right, is driver one. So let's go here and go back to driver one. There's driver one, right? Right, driver one. Driver one, there it is. Last shot on page one. And we'll measure our duration at this point after this shot. Okay, driver one. And that time code is 2504. Driver one, this is 2504. Okay, in, and the out is 2929, almost 30 out. This is the little Vin Diesel moment. Yes, okay, very good. Putting on the shades. All right, so that takes us through the first page. So that's me, and I'm about to pull out of that turnaround. So if you did this exactly according to script, and let me show you another quick shortcut, everybody. This key right here, the backward slash, everybody see that on the PC side, and then it'd be the same thing on the Mac, whatever that backward slash key, that will resize all your clips so you can see them in the timeline like this. Let me go back. So right now I have enough clips where the first couple clips are kind of hidden back here. See, I can't see all of the clips, right? But if I click in the timeline and I hit that backslash, it automatically resizes everything and lets me see the entire sequence, whether I have 2 or 3 clips or whether I have 100. So like if I were to be magnified in here and I wanted to see all my clips, hit that backslash, bam. It's a very quick navigation key. Sometimes I refer to it as the where did I park my car key. Like, you come out of the mall and you can't find your car. If you could just get a bird's eye view and look down, you could see it. So anyway, so that's all my first clips. That's 15 clips, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Be careful if you click like this, you don't want to be dragging your clips, okay? But so I probably shouldn't have done that. So if I go to the very end here, and I can do page down, or I can also use the end key, but I had my numeric key, the end key would also take me there. You should be at right about 41 seconds and 3 frames to be exact. If you're off by a few frames, don't worry about it. If you're right around 41 seconds, 40 seconds and 25 frames, not bad. Okay. So that is that's the duration right now as it stands of these first 15 clips, 41 seconds through the very end of that 15th clip. Okay. All right. Now there was a message earlier about where the clips were. Is anybody did everybody find the clips, or were they missing some clips? No, yes. Okay, because these were the clips that, you know, as everybody remembers, I sent you guys a link, you download them, bring them in. Okay, I'm assuming radio silence means we're good. So let's go ahead and finish this. Okay, so now we're gonna go to page 2. So there's clip 15. So now we get on to the, again, we're gonna have car 1, couple, at least one more car 1. Okay, so now we're on clip 16, first clip on the second page. Let me check in quick. Is this making sense for everybody? Working okay for everybody?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, some thumbs up. That's good. Now, I'm going a little kind of quick here. I could go quicker, but I don't want to go that much quicker. But again, this has been recorded, so you can go back and watch this if you know, if you can't finish tonight, if you can't get all these clips in tonight, do the best you can, and you can always go back and watch this and finish up. And I'm going to show you, if you make a mistake, how to clean something up, how to change something if you make a mistake. Okay, so we'll do that after we finish getting these clips in. All right, and so where were it? Clip 16. There we go. Clip 16, which is car 1. Back to car 1. All right, so come here. Car 1, where is it? There it is, car 1. All right, so now this is, okay, pulling out of the driveway there. Pulling out of the turnaround. All right, this is 4228. The endpoint is 4228. Oops, try that again. 4228. Why? Oh, you know why it's not working? Because I don't have my number lock key turned on. There we go. Now it should work. 4228. Okay, enter. Mark in. The out is 4515. 4515. I'm sorry, 4510 is your out. So there it is. It's going to get added here. Boom, there it is. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on my timeline and demagnify that a little bit so I can see those clips coming in. All right. On to clip 17, clip 17, clip 17, clip 17. There it is. Car 2. So now we're moving on to a different car shot. Okay, which is a different angle. Car 2, there it is. It's sitting right over here. If you don't see it, then type in car 2. Okay, boom, and there it is. Okay, boom, it's like a different angle as I'm pulling out of the driveway. You can see I had to set up the camera, walk into the car, and come out. Okay, so that endpoint car 2, clip 17 is 3417. In. Okay, mark out. 3621 is your out. So it pulls out of the turnaround and starts to just pull out of frame. Insert, boom. Okay, playhead moves again. Save. So just rinse and repeat. Track clip number 18. Clip number 18. Car 3. So now we're really mixing it up with the cars here. Okay, car 3. Car 3, they're probably still sitting here because it came up when I pulled up car. Okay, so car now is, again, kind of like a low angle as I'm pulling through the driveway. Okay, so the endpoint here is going to be, this is clip 18. Clip 18, car 3. 2515. 2515 in. Right, so it's just coming in a frame. So you see how we cut a lot just as you're going out of frame, coming in a frame. You don't want to have like dead space. You want to have action, something happening. And the out here is 2800. Okay, so kind of a quick shot as it drives down the driveway. Insert. Okay, save. Next shot is clip 19. Right, so now we go to clip 19. 19 right here. Car OSS. OSS, by the way, stands for over the shoulder shot. Okay, so this is where we're going inside the car and picking up that perspective over the driver's shoulder. Okay, This is 19, car OSS. So let's do car here, OSS. Car OSS 1. Yep, there it is. Car OSS 1. Now we're inside the car. Okay. This is clip 19, car OSS 1, 2802. Okay. Mark your in. The out point is 3001. Okay, out. 2-second shot. Okay, car OSS 1, clip 19. Got it. Okay, so now we've gone in interior again. Okay, so clip 19. Now we're coming up on clip 20. Okay, so at this point, sometimes your eyes start to bug out a little bit, right? But just kind of like take a break or breathe for a minute. I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going here. Clip name, number 20. This is number 20 clip. Driver 2. There we go. Okay, driver 2. Driver 2. Okay, driver 2. Driver 2, there it is. Okay. So this is kind of like another sort of side shot. Okay. Okay, driver 2. This is clip 20, driver 2. This is 5709. This is as I'm approaching the driveway, and the out is 1:04. So now it's into the 1 minute 04, 1 minute and 4 seconds into the clip. It's the out. Okay, so the in is 5709, the out is 1:04:20. Okay, drop that in. Okay, that shot's a little longer. That's like about a 7-second shot. Is that correct? Yeah, that's about a 7-second shot, driver 2. All right, next shot, 21. 10 more shots to go and we're done. Okay, car OSS 1, back to car OSS 1, back to another over the shoulder shot. Okay. Okay, car OSS 1. I'm going to go here because I know I just used it. Car OSS 1, and the time code here is this is clip 21, 51 even, 5100. Mark in. See how I reset those in points, right? And the out is 5417. Boom. Mark that out. So this is over the shoulder now, like going down the road, right? I've turned the corner. I've turned out. I'm going down the road. Lighting here could have been a little bit more even, but it was kind of tricky by myself. So anyway, okay. Clip 22 is next, right? Clip 22. Clip 22. Okay, this is driver 2 again, right? Soon we'll be done with driver 1, driver 2, then we'll move to driver 3. So clip 22 now, driver 2. There's your time codes. Okay, let's go back in. Driver 2, right? Clip 22, driver 2. There it is, driver 2. Okay. 1:15. So this is 1 minute and 15 seconds and 22 frames. That's what that looks like. 1:15:22. It's like 11,522, however you want to look at it, but it's 1 minute, 15 seconds, 22 frames. Hit enter. So it's further along in this clip. So this is just me further driving a little further down the road. But you keep the same shot and then you cut back and forth to it. Right? This is clip 22, driver 215, and the out on this is 1:18:02. Okay, so a quick 2-second shot going back to the driver. And now I think the next shot is going to be like a shot of the side of the road, like a house or something. Oh no, it's like a field. Okay, so here we got road, clip 23 now. Road 1. Okay, so clip 23. Okay, let's type that in. Road, I think there's a lot of clips named road 1. Yep, clip 23, road 1. Drag that in. The endpoint on that is 2420, 2421. Okay, boom. And the out is going to be 2628. That's your out. Okay, it's just a quick shot. of the field. 24, 21 is the in, 26, 28 is the out. Drop that in. Okay, you can see we're moving along. We're at about 106, almost a minute and 6 seconds as we approach getting towards the end. So that was clip 23. Next up is clip 24. Okay, go back down. Clip 24. Here we go. Clip 24. Driver 3, finally. New driver shots. Okay, so driver 3. Driver 3. Yeah. Is it not? Wait, is there not a driver 3? Hang on a second. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. It's down here. It's in the other batch. Okay, driver 3. Okay. Okay, more continuation, driving down the road. Driver 3, 2811. This is clip 24, driver 3, right? 2811. Okay, and the out is 3015. Clip 24, driver 3, right? Clip is, okay, again, about a 2-second shot. So these are pretty quick shots, back and forth, because it's also going to time out to the music a little bit. Okay, so now we go to clip 25, 6 clips out, okay, from the end. Okay, clip 25, road 2. This is, I think, where we see some houses or something. Road 2. Okay, search here, road 2, there it is. Okay, let me do a quick save. I don't know if I did one a minute ago. You notice when you first drag it in, you get that offline thing for a second, right? Because it's taking a second to dial it up. Okay, so this is almost a 2-second shot. So I'm driving all over the place, and then finally we're going to use a little section here. Okay, so the endpoint on this is this is clip 25, road 2, 0126. I'm sorry, just 126.05. By the way, if you did type in 0126.05, it wouldn't care. Okay, it would still give you the same thing. The out is 128. In fact, let me type in 0128, 0128.09 on the out point here. See, it didn't care. Mark out. Right, so this was clip 20. This was clip 25, right? In is 126.05. The out is 128.09. Drop it in. There you go. Playhead adjusts, repositions. Next shot. Clip 26. Will this ever end? Yes, it will. Driver 3, clip 26. That's interesting. I could have done. I could do that too. A little highlight there. Okay. I tried what I had before. Driver 26. I'm sorry. Clip 26. Driver 3. Okay. Driver 3. You know what? It's going to be up here. Hang on a second. Driver 3. Okay. Give it a minute. There it is. Driver 3. This is clip 26. Clip 26. Driver 3. The endpoint is 56. 56.02. So this is much further down the road, a little bit further down the road. And the out is 58.02, exactly 2 seconds. 58.02, a quick little driving shot. Okay. All right. And now we go to clip 27. Car OSS. This is an over-the-shoulder shot, another car over-the-shoulder shot. Okay. So now we go to car OSS 1, which we hit a few minutes ago. Car OSS 1, there it is. Right now I'm going up here in this little menu at my source. You could look for it here, however you want to do it. But I'm just going here because I know I used it. Car OSS 1, there it is. Pulls that up. And this is clip 27. The time code, the endpoint is 150.28. Okay. And the out is 155. 155.03. Here we see a little bit of the houses in town here. Okay, so that's about 3 seconds, about 4 seconds. So we drop that in, get a little bit of that. Okay, and now we go to clip 28. Okay, so we're 4 clips out. Road 2. Okay, clip 28, road 2. Road 2, there it is. Okay, and the endpoint on that is clip 28, road 2 is 129. 129.00. Okay. And that's the in, and the out is 131.11. Okay. All right. So drop that in. Okay. And if you ever want to, I didn't show you this yet. If you ever want to just play through the specific in and out, you can click this little button, play video in and out. It will literally just play the clip from the in to the out point, which is kind of interesting. Okay. That will actually come in handy when we cut what are called sound bites. More on that later. When people, like, you're cutting people editing, you're editing what people say. All right. So that's 28. Now we're going down to clip 29. Yes, this nightmare is about to end. Okay. Clip number 29, driver 3. Driver 3. Okay. Driver 3. I know we used that a few minutes ago. Driver 3. There it is. There it is. Driver 3. Clip 29, driver 3. The endpoint is 125.08. Okay, driving again. And out is 127.08. So literally 2 seconds. 127.08. Okay. Boom. You can see most of the clips are pretty short. Just drop it in. And now we have 2 more shots. The CD music shot, the shot of the CD that's in there. This is my old car, which I played CDs in, which CDs are still good. They're handy. They come in handy. So this is the CD music clip, right? This is clip 30. Okay, we haven't used that yet, so I'm going to search for it here. I'm just going to type in CD. There it is, CD music. Bring it in. It's the shot of the CD sitting there. And this is 806 is the in. Enter, mark in, and the out is 10:15. So again, about 2 seconds, right? All right, drop it in, boom. Okay, one last shot, the final shot. Okay, and the final shot is car OSS 1, car OSS 1, 159, etc. Car OSS 1. Car OSS 1, where is it? There it is, car OSS 1. And the endpoint here is 159.09. So continuing down the road, a little further down the road. And the out is 2:05:14. Out. Okay. Drop it in. So that is your 31st shot. That is the entire script. So let me do a quick resize there with the backslash. So that brings me, if I go from beginning to end here, and I'm sitting at the very end of that last clip. Okay. My time runs 1 minute, 29 seconds and 12 frames. Okay, that's what this is measuring, right? This is measuring the position of the playhead, right? As I move this back, it's going to measure that position, but I'm all right at the very end. Here I can hit end and hit end again. No, it's not working. Oh, because my block's on. There we go. So I'm at 129.12 for the full duration of those clips. Okay. So this is all the way through the 31st clip. Okay.